Press on regardless. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 practical steps to do when you feel discouraged. I'm going to be reflecting from the 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 9 to 22. The very first step to do is invite others to come closer. In verse 9, Paul writes to Timothy and he tells him, make every effort to come to me soon. In verse 21, do your best to get here before winter. So step number 1 is invite others to come closer. Step number two, get over those who disappoint you. In verse 9, Paul writes, Demas has deserted me. Let's all agree that we are all sinners. People will let us down. I will let people down and vice versa. People can be disloyal, can break their promises. But see, even Paul was disappointed. But he didn't let them become the focus of his life. He didn't let them consume him. He didn't let them steal their joy. So step number 2, get over those who disappoint you. Step number 3, in your discouragement, yes, in your discouragement, be an encouragement to others. In verse 11, we know that Mark had some challenges and failure in ministry. So in verse 9, Paul writes, only Luke is with me. Bring Mark with you. Lift up those who are recovering from failure. Encourage them. And we will never regret helping others back on their feet. So step number 3, in your discouragement, be an encouragement for others. That will encourage you, by the way. Let others, step number 4, let the Lord handle your critics. Number 4, let the Lord handle your critics. In verse 14, we see Alexander, the metal worker, did what he did to pay a great deal of harm to Paul. But look what Paul, without any bitterness, says, the Lord will repay him for what he has done. We all have those Alexanders in our life. When we are the center of criticism, let God handle your critics. Number 5, and the last step is stay fully focused on the Lord. In verse 17, Paul says, the Lord stood with me and strengthened me. This is the right attitude to have. The Lord stood with me. The Lord gave me strength. The Lord rescued me from the lion's mouth. What a great way to live a devoted life to Jesus Christ.